the West Coast's premier podcast network.
Hi, this is Mama G. I have my PhD in parental household discipline. Whatever you have in your household, I probably raised it, taught it, loved it, spanked it, punished it, and definitely prayed over it.
The West Coast's premier podcast network.
Good evening, everyone. This is Ask Mama G from World Tune Radio TV. And we're in one of the best months of the year, May. May is Mother's Day month to me. I want to be celebrated the whole month because Mother's Day is very hard to do. It's not easy being a good mother. You need the Creator to help you become a good mother. And so tonight, we're going to talk about the grandkids are coming and why it is important to be a good mother. Now, nanas, Grammys, grandmas, get that newspaper out, look in the parks and recreation section, and see when the camps start because they're coming. June starts summer, and we need to look in the newspaper and find out what activities are happening. The camps, the pools, the golfing, the hiking, anything. You better start looking at it now because June is right around the corner. We have to be prepared for them at every level. Now, I have my last two, and they are 10 and 11, and they are very techy children. That means they can do computers and phones. So I'm going to have to find things that are outdoors. I'm going to have to find a camp that'll keep them outdoors on hikes, playing sports. In my editorial tonight, I'm going to talk about those parents who use COVID as an excuse of letting their children be lazy. That's just a sidebar. But grandparents and parents, but like my daughter, she's going to send her children to me. So I told their papa, put your money aside because they're coming. We're going to find the skydiving building. They have skydiving here in Carlsbad where you can go and pretend that you're skydiving. And then we're going to take them to the Boys and Girls Club for activities. And then we're doing Vacation Bible School, night and day. So and then we're going to be doing the Del Mar Fair. So, you have to line those activities up. And also, please ask them what would they like to do. Because you don't want pouting grandchildren. So find out what they really like to do and let's keep that in mind. Because if they do something that they like to do, they're going to have more fun in doing it. So we need to do that. Put what you want to do aside because your grandchildren are coming. And you need to get that paper out, call your city hall and call up Parks and Recs and ask them to send the activities. They have different levels for different ages, and it's good for them. It's very good for them to do. So you need to take the time to go see what's going on for them in the summer. And once you get in the routine, before you know it, it's time for them to go home. And life can go back to being normal and quiet again. Trust me, been there, done that. Your house, and by the way, please try to buy healthy snacks. I know that's very hard to do. Try to eat out at least once a week. Don't try to buy burgers and hot dogs and fries every day. Try to cook snacks at home. Get a cookbook for kids to learn how to make healthy snacks. They're teaching that at all the talk shows now of how to make healthy snacks. So go online and find out how you and your grandkids can make healthy snacks. It's a good thing to do. And before you know it, they're on their way back home. So, just some tidbits, and find the vacation Bible schools that are during the day and night. Some churches have Bible school at night. And if you go there at 5 o'clock, you can eat their little snack or dinner, and then you go to class. And once you get out of class, it's time to take their baths and go to bed. So that's good about going to vacation Bible school at night, because some churches do have what they call a little light dinner for you and your kids, and you have a Bible fun lesson. And by 8:30, you're tired because they've gone to some activities during the day. And so they're going to get God and a meal, and then they can go home and go to sleep and start that all over again. You can't lose. You're betting 1,000 because you're doing something positive that's going to help them. So let's get ready because they're coming. Now, Mother's Day is coming. And there's a lot of young mothers out there. I see them all the time. And they're doting over these cute little babies. But these little babies turn into little people. And there's some suggestions I want you to do. Like number one, play classical music while they're resting. Quiet violins, quiet orchestra music. It helps their brain expand to learn. I've done it. I've tried it. I went to a class for young mothers 43 years ago, and they taught me that the brain is like a sponge, and it can soak up anything and everything. And they say play classical music. It soothes the baby, and it expands their learning part of their brain. And that's what I did. And my daughter, and both of my boys, they are they were well mannered kids. They were attentive children, and they succeeded in their schoolwork and in other areas of their lives. So classical music does help. Now, when they got older, they went to their hip hop stuff, but they had a good foundation because those basic instructions says it in chapter 22 of Proverbs, verse 6. Start the children off on the way they should go, and when they are old, they will not turn away from it. So if you teach your children on a good, positive foundation, that will stay with them through their lives. Yeah, they'll go off, but they'll know the right way to do stuff. And in different levels of raising children, you do that. Now, as my children got older, we read Bible stories. Each Bible had a Bible story. Like when they were kids, I read Bible stories. As they got older, the Bibles became little chapters. And then as they got older again, in preteen, they had examples of how to be a good friend, stay away from bad people. They gave good living principles in the Bible. And then when they got to college, it was another Bible about peer pressure. So I started them on a good foundation. And that's what you have to do. It's important because children are tomorrow's society. They are the future. And if you don't teach them a good foundation for them to have a good future, they will be in jail. They will be on drugs. They will be in any kind of thing that's not good for them. So you have to teach them the good foundation. Now, if they stray, they know how to go back and get on that good foundation. But it's important. It is so important for us to put a good foundation in each child that's in our household. Now, if you're an adopted mom, a stepmom, it's your responsibility. You have a part in their lives. You have a part in their lives. So your impression can be a lasting impression. So you have to think, be wise, because you're raising tomorrow's generation. And tomorrow's generation, some of them do not know God. In fact, I don't like this non-binary stuff. They want to be called it or them. That's disappointing God. God took the time to create you and this universe and this world, and you don't like who you are? No, that's unacceptable. You are God's creation. He wants you to be the best you can be, not change what He has done. He took the time to create you. He took the time to say, I love you. I want you to be prosperous. I want you to be healthy. I don't want you to wake up one day and say, I want to be a them. Well, I don't want to be a boy today. I want to be a it or they. Or a young lady say, well, I want to do what a boy does. If your body's not built like a boy, don't try to be a boy. A woman is beautiful. A woman is even more. God took more time to make us because we are beautiful. We are a beautiful specimen that brings life into the world. So we are important. So, young ladies, we are important. Young men, you are important. You are future doctors, lawyers, presidents, senators. And young ladies, you are future doctors, lawyers, senators. And maybe one day we will have a president of the United States as female because we already have a vice president. But we have to remember that we all are important the way we are. You don't have to change anything. If you read those basic instructions before leaving Earth, God will give you the guidance to be the best you can be. He will, I promise you. He will give you the best for you to be what you're supposed to be. I've seen it, I've done it, I've lived it, and it works. His word absolutely works. Now, I want you, parents, to really realize that your children don't stay children. They go through different levels. They become teenagers, preteen, teenagers, young adults, and then adults. So each level, you have to take the time and guide them in the right level, in the right way. You have to show them the good and bad. Don't you show them the good and bad. Don't shield them because when they go into the world, that Pandora box of all the bad things is right there waiting to swallow them into the box. So you have to show them the good and the bad and show them which lane to go in. Because my uncle did that with his children. He took them down to the hood, you know, when we hang out and don't go to school or After school, we hang out on the corner, but we cool though. But what kind of job are you going to have? Are you going to be able to own a home hanging out? Will you be able to be responsible hanging out at the corner? Because 50 years ago, we weren't allowed to go to the schools that we go to now. So he told them, it's your choice. Either you can have a good life or a hangout life. Which one do you want? Now, what I did it another way. I told my children, C's and D's are dandy and cute, but you'll be eating hot dogs and hamburgers for the rest of your life. B's will let you eat a steak somewhere, but A's will get you the best, and you can become the best. You can afford to buy what you need. You can afford to buy what you want. So once they saw good grades was the better way of life, education was a good thing, and putting God first, they went for it. Remember, God is the secret, it's the best thing for your life. And nowadays, parents, if you don't teach your children about God, you don't know what's going to happen when they leave this earth. You want God to say, enter to my kingdom. If something tragically happens, you know that they're going to heaven. So you have to put God in their lives. You have to. It's important. It's very important. You have to put God into their lives so they can sustain being on this earth. It's one of the most important things you can do as a parent is to teach them how to love each other. Be nice to each other. And another thing, sports is very important. Sports teaches them how to be fair, how to compete in situations and be fair and don't cheat. That's what sports does. It teaches them how to be a sociable, manageable person. And that's what you want them to do. You want them to be responsible, be nice to have to ever what they're doing. So sports is important, grades are important, God is important. And I don't want to hear an atheist saying, no, we don't need Jesus. That's a lie. That is a total lie. You need God and everything in heaven to survive this earth. And you want to live this life the best way you can, because when you leave this earth, you want somebody to say, well, so-and-so was a wonderful person. And God is the only person that can help you get to that point. With your parents' guidance and them teaching you about God, you have a wonderful life. Like, for instance, me, my son, one of my children passed away. But in my heart, I know where he is. He's in heaven with God because we took the time to teach them about God. We took him to Sunday school, Bible study. He played sports. He went to parties. He had a wonderful life, but it was structured. I told him that the best thing you can do is be a successful Christian young man. And that's what he did. And when he passed away, over 1,000 people came to his services. And I got so many letters of saying what a wonderful person he was. So, yes, you need to be a good parent. That's part of my part one. Because in a minute, I'm going to have to do a break. You know, they make me take breaks because we have to pay for our services here. And we have to show commercials and ask for money for the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation. So we do have to take our break. But I want you to ponder and think about what I said, because being a parent is very important. You have to have structure in their lives. You have to have structure in your life to be a good parent. And yes, you do need some me time. You need to take that time, go out to lunch one time with your friends. Go on a shopping day with one of your friends. Have coffee, because being a parent is and can be stressful. It's not a garden full of roses. It does have some thorns. But with God's help, you can make those thorns go away. They don't have to stay. But I want you to just realize that parenting is important. It is very important. Parenting is one of the most important things we can do. And, you know, and I want to say something about the parents who have disabled children. They need a lot of patience and prayer too, because they have to have a path to help their children in their situations. They do. They need prayer and patience because their children are not doing all the normal things that a normal child does. So they go through special activities and programs. And if you can volunteer with that, that would be wonderful. I'm speaking from experience. I have a disabled son. And if it wasn't for some of my church sisters that would watch Alfred for me to give me some little me time, that helped me become a better parent. So, if you know anyone with a special needs child, reach out to them. Say hello, how are you doing? Can I come by and help you with anything? That would be a great help. That would be a wonderful help. Because being a parent of a special needs child is a lot of patience, and love. And everybody can't be a parent of a special needs child. So that's why I said, please keep those parents in your mind, because they need a lot of help. Parenting is an important thing, and we have the responsibility to be a good mother to each and every child that's around us. Well, I'm going to break now. I'll see you soon in a couple of minutes, maybe. You have a nice one while I go have a little break. Bye-bye.
World Tune Radio, where the world tunes in. The West Coast's premier podcast network.
Hi, I'm Ask Mama G from World Tune Radio TV. Whatever you have in your household, I probably raised it, loved it, taught it, spanked it, and definitely prayed over it with God's help. The reason why I have this show, because God has allowed me to raise 4 different children. I've raised the super talented one, I've raised the Special Olympics one, and then God sent that challenging one. I even raised that prestigious private school one. See, Rory Graham Jr. was the first African American cadet to ever serve as chaplain at that prestigious private school, Army and Navy Academy. Unfortunately, in 2009, he passed away. So the former general asked the family to start a foundation to inspire the young men in the community at Army Navy Academy. In the community, we do a Dress for Success, where we take the senior boys at General Murray High School and give them a white shirt and a tie for their picture day. You know, there's many ways you can help us. One way is go to your phone and go to Cash App. Cash App RG Junior JR Foundation. Any amount will help. Then you can always mail it in to P.O. Box 4306, Oceanside, California, 92052. Hey family, now you know I got everything you need to buy. I have my purses here. In fact, they so big you can put a child in them. Then I have the backpacks for the kids to take to school. Then I have the different color of hats. I got the hot pink, the pale pink, the two black ones for the men. It says Billy and Lacey and Ask Mama G. And then I got the t-shirts for y'all to wear. I got the cute one with my beautiful face on it. Then I have Billy and Legacy, because you know that's what you're doing. All proceeds go to the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation. No, they don't go to my Cadillac. I don't have a Cadillac, if you want to know. So please, donate whatever you can to the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation. Thank you.
This is Studio A. It features a 200 square foot soundstage and a 12 by 10 foot cyc wall. 10 programmable RGB LED lights allow you to fully customize your backdrop and create the perfect look for your production. It's used for podcasts, live streams, films, and music videos. This space is as dope as it gets. Click the link in the description below for prices and packages.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Media Makers, and this is Chris. And what we do here is make media. Not that TikTok stuff, dope stuff like this. And this. We've done everything from flyers to music videos, songs to films, commercials to tap dances. We make media basically everywhere. And what we want to do is teach you how to make media. Not just teach you how to make media, but teach you to make dope media. We offer all types of programs, and the goal is accessibility. Accessibility. We don't want your creativity to be hindered, so we invest in state-of-the-art technology to make sure that your dream gets out of your head and onto the camera. I've been teaching media for over 10 years, and I've seen the stuff that y'all make. I'm not impressed. You need my help. I've had lots of talented students come in and out of this studio, and now I want you to be our next great media maker. We're gonna flip off to something. We've got on-campus programs, after-school programs, internships, summer camps, space rentals, equipment rentals. What more do you need to make some dope stuff? Let me know and we might get it for you. As a functioning production studio, we got clients coming in and out, and you will be a part of that production process. We put you in the driver's seat. At Media Makers, you make the media. It's all student curated, baby. For more information, go to www.mediamakers.org. Follow us on Instagram at MediaMakers.org.
Instincts going low, looking bad like a bat with an eye patch. All black through the woods with a backpack and a lit match. Spark one time, get the whole city looking like a dark shade of orange when I burn it down. What it is, what it do, Hogan. And everybody looking at me while I got them all in my sights. Picking them off, sticking them out, looking like daylight in the night. And I'm killing so many if they really wanna get involved. And everybody falling from the elevator, now I'm Bray Rice in this. It's like I'm rice and take a bite, it's nice. And I have a nice time with it. By the time that it finds the way to the right side of him, not even a Heimlich can save him. A selective finger to you imbeciles. Tell me what's been getting into you, envy will kill you. She said I'm a gentleman, I admit a lot of women set up on my ottoman. I don't give a damn, like an auto with no time to kill. I've been feeling like the opposite of work, it's a work. And it never been a purposeful thing to me. I just do what I love and it works for me. So I'm freaking every check, I put the money in the pushing. Better be gunning to the finish and the getting over the but everybody know I'm working in the sea, I do it differently. So only time will give me everything that I deserve, my end.
The mission that revolves around Hubal has more to do about the essence, right? And ultimately, what we want to provide, what we want to participate in, is a way of working, is a way of collaborating. The mission of Hubal is ultimately creating an environment where we can foster incredible relationships and ultimately have fun, enjoy what this game brings, the joy, the passion, and the connectivity with everyone. We are a management and leadership consulting company, right, for the sports industry. Our services provide management, leadership tools to help improve and enhance the workspace, the environment space, the player space, so that everyone can excel.
Hi, I'm Ask Mama G from World Tune Radio TV. Whatever you have in your household, I probably raised it, loved it, taught it, spanked it, and definitely prayed over it with God's help. The reason why I have this show, because God has allowed me to raise 4 different children. I've raised the super talented one, I've raised the Special Olympics one, and then God sent that challenging one. I even raised that prestigious private school one. See, Rory Graham Jr. was the first African American cadet to ever serve as chaplain at that prestigious private school, Army and Navy Academy. Unfortunately, in 2009, he passed away. So the former general asked the family to start a foundation to inspire the young men in the community at an Army Navy Academy. In the community, we do a Dress for Success, where we take the senior boys at General Murray High School and give them a white shirt and a tie for their picture day. You know, there's many ways you can help us. One way is go to your phone and go to Cash App. Cash App RG Junior JR Foundation. Any amount will help. Then you can always mail it in to P.O. Box 4306, Oceanside, California, 92052. Hey family, now you know I got everything you need to buy. I have my purses here. In fact, they so big you can put a child in them. Then I have the backpacks for the kids to take to school. Then I have the different color of hats. I got the hot pink, the pale pink, the 2 black ones for the men. It says Billy and Lacey and Ask Mama G. So, and then I got the t-shirts for y'all to wear. I got the cute one with my beautiful face on it. Then I have Billy and Legacy, because you know that's what you're doing. All proceeds go to the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation. No, they don't go to my Cadillac. I don't have a Cadillac, if you want to know. So please, donate whatever you can to the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation. Thank you. Hi, this is Mama G. I have my PhD in parental household discipline. Whatever you have in your household, I probably raised it, taught it, loved it, spanked it, punished it, and definitely prayed over it.
The West Coast's premier podcast network.
Hi, I am back. Had my little snack. I'm ready to talk some more. How about that? Are you ready? Well, we have to raise the next generation. Now, it's time for my editorial. Now, some of you young parents are going to be very disappointed in me because I'm going to get all into your bahootney or your buttocks or your behind because I am tired of getting letters and texts and emails of how do I get my grown children to be better parents because you're using COVID to be a lazy parent. And it's not good. I don't want this excuse. Well, it's scary out there. And COVID happened. So you let your children sit at the TV, eat junk food, and gain 20 to 30 pounds. Now they're too lazy to go back to school. So you're going to keep them in homeschool. And they're not playing any sports. They're not having any social activity. And they're doing work on the computer. And some of them sleep during the day and do their schoolwork at night because, you taught their parents and you gave them parents good education. So they think they know it all. And then some of them got so complacent in this COVID stuff that they have allowed their children to be little adults. They don't want to do anything unless it's fun to them. Life is not like that. Get your children back on a normal routine. Do not, and I mean do not, keep your children in homeschool because you're too lazy now to get up and take them to school and get back involved in their lives. Because what you're starting is a big mistake. And the mistake is your children are going to be lazy adults. Oh, yeah. You watching them? Yeah, right. You watch them do their schoolwork for a couple of hours on the computer while you go lay down. And then when 2 hours up, you go in and check their work. And then you go, okay, well, I got to go. And then you come back. No, 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 no. Lazy parents, it's not happening. Take your kids and put them back in a normal situation. Okay, if you still want to homeschool them, get them in some kind of sports at the park. If you're afraid of them getting sick at school, let them wear a mask when they go out. Stop the laziness. I'm not having it anymore. You're raising a generation of lazy children and they're going to have excuses. Well, I don't want to do this because you have allowed them to do what they wanted to do in COVID. And it's not happening. You don't want a generation of confused, lazy adults. Get your act together. Stop the excuses. Get your act together. Get your kids back on a normal routine. Some kids are not good at homeschooling. And you need to see that and get them back in some kind of routine so they can be responsible adults when they get older. Stop the madness. That's my soapbox, my editorial today. Stop the laziness. Get your kids back into a normal routine for their survival in society. Now, my Black History moment. Harry Belafonte was a civil rights entertainer. He was a good friend to Martin Luther King. He died at the age of 96. Do you know he was one of the first actors that did an interracial relationship in the 60s. And do you know it was banned in the South? It was in theaters, but it wasn't shown in the South because they didn't like the content of the movie. Harry Belafonte financed marches. He helped Martin Luther King with all of his marches, with all of his campaigns for the rights of African American people. Harry Belafonte was a hero to us. So let's remember Harry Belafonte, a good American for everyone to love. Now, we have some things that we need to talk about. We have some exciting events we need to talk about. The Mother's Day tea. Mama G's Mother's Day tea is coming up in 18 days at the Bliss and Tea and Treat Shop. Mama G's tea. And it will be honoring a mom. We'll be having a raffle. We'll have the prettiest hat contest. And we're going to eat scones, strawberry shortcake, and little fancy sandwiches. Something I haven't done in a while, but I'm going to enjoy that. And we're going to have 4 different teas. So we're just going to have fun. And we're going to do this as much as possible. All proceeds of the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation, all proceeds will go to the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation. Whoops, I slipped that up, huh? All proceeds of the tea will go to the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation because we are still trying to make that goal of $25,000 to have a scholarship in the first African American cadet to be chaplain at Army and Navy Academy for 3 years. He had the largest Christian clubs on campus in the history of the school. And so when he tragically passed away, 4 years after graduating from there, he went to Westmont and became a minister. And on his travels, he preached at Lake Nacimiento and passed away. He went swimming. And so the former General Bliss, Stephen Bliss of Army Navy Academy, came to the family in February of 2011 and asked us to start a foundation in Rory's name to help other African American cadets stay at Army and Navy Academy, to be inspired. So it took us a while, and we learned how to incorporate, get our bylaws, get a good accountant, and we are a 501c3. That means we are a nonprofit organization, and we are a charitable organization. That means Uncle Sam will love if you donate to us. And when you donate, you will get a receipt and recognition of your donation. And so we're just trying to build a legacy and mentor the community. Now, in the community, we have a Dress for Success at Murray High School, General Raymond Murray High School in Vista. That's the alternative high school for children who have challenges in public school. So they go to Murray High School. And when those boys take a picture for the ID, the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation supplies them with a white shirt and a tie and tell them this is how you look when you go for a job interview. And the young men enjoy that. This year, for those men who participated, they will get a gift card to go to McDonald's because they went and participated in the program of wearing a white shirt and a tie and learning how to do an interview. So that's what we've been doing for several years now. But our goal is to have a scholarship in Rory Graham Jr.'s name at one of the most prestigious schools in this United States, Army and Navy Academy. That's never been done for an African American cadet. So we like to be the first. So please, we have things you can buy. You can buy hats, you can buy t-shirts, you can buy even little tote bags that says Ask Mama G on them. And all those proceeds will go to the foundation. Now this weekend, we have some events that you guys need to go to. We have two events, one at the Star and the other one at the Brooks Theater. I hope my producer is watching and looking because we're going to talk about the events that are happening in Oceanside next month. One is the Sons of a Revival, and it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be at the Star Theater. And then we have the Decca Pain by Oceanside Theater. And that's going to be June 3rd. And then we have something at the at the Star Theater in July. But at the Brooks Theater, it's the Decca Dane presented by Oceanside Theater and Sixth String Society. And they're going to be singing. And you'll go to Oceanside Theater and get the tickets. And it starts at 8 p.m., June 3rd. And then in July, Sixth String Society is again. And they're going to be doing a soul revival, like a gospel revival. And that's going to be in July. Now, we complain that we don't have a lot of culture in Oceanside for our community. So we have two events that are coming up. One at the Brooks Theater and the other one is going to be at the Star Theater. And both are these shows going to have Black entertainment in it. So you need to go to OceansideTheater.com, I believe, and check it out. It's not often we get good cultural stuff for us. So we need to go support it because it's going to be wonderful. I heard it's going to be a wonderful show. So get your tickets. The first one is June 3rd and the next one is going to be in July. So please go to OceansideTheater.com and look that up. It's going to be wonderful. Now, I also want to do our birthdays. Birthdays are very important because some people somewhere, their birthday stopped. They stopped living. So we appreciate those who have birthdays. Now, our birthday people is Reggie Watkins, Sonia Wyatt, Leah Arrington, Sissy Ankrum, Miss T. Austin, Robert Bobby Ford, John Staten, Miss Sarah Everett, Karen Smith, my friend, Channing Cook Holmes, a beautiful young man who can tap dance and sing, Montford Frida, Maria Minglone, Linda Ridge Johnson, Patsy Downs, and to a special birthday for Esther Sanchez, the best mayor in the United States of America. Miss Esther Sanchez, the mayor of Oceanside, had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Mayor. You are wonderful. You were grown here. You are successful in the town. And we love you because you are fair. And you listen to every voter in your city. And that is wonderful to be. So, look, guys, life is what you make it. You have to take patience with life. Don't rush it. Go through it with patience. Go through it with love, endurance. Because some things are going to knock you for a loop. But if you don't have God to help you get back up, it is really hard to get back up. You have to depend on Him. Yeah, your family is there, but He is the one that will give you the strength to have a good life. Because your parents are not going to be here always. So you have to depend on Him and His word. And parents, I beg you to teach them about the Creator. It's one of the best things you can do for your family. A young man told his mom, he said, Mom, the best thing you have done for us is you put God in our lives. Because you're not going to be here always. That's what he told his mom. And so we have to depend on God to get us out of every situation. And that touched that mom's heart. She was so happy. That was even better than a Mother's Day gift, to have that sentence said to her. That was beautiful. She always brags about that. She talks about that all the time, of how her son came to her and said, the best thing you did for us was teach us about God. And that young man became a successful business person. And Proverbs is the best book to teach your children when they want to learn how to be a good person. Proverbs is the first good book you can teach them about. And then once they get that down, then you can go back from the beginning and teach them about Adam and Eve and all the rest of the people. And then when you start in the New Testament, you teach them about how God came down to the earth and became a human being to teach us how to love and respect each other. So you just have to realize that life will put you in situations you never thought you were going to be in. But if you have the basic instructions before leaving Earth, you can survive them. Trust me. Been there, done that. I have friends and my followers on Instagram. I love you. You guys are so cute. You have sent me comments, hearts, smiles, and I appreciate that so much. And it's right on time. When I go to my phone or my producer calls me up and says, check it out, I smile just in the nick of time when I'm doing something that goes, oh my God, what am I doing? And then I look at one of my Instagrams and I smile. So thank you, all of my followers. I love you. Please continue to make me smile. Also, I have to let you know, I'm back in school. I'm writing a play. I'm learning how to write a play. And they want you to be in depth, don't leave anything out. They like conflict, controversy. They want beginning, middle, and end of your play. They want your play that you're writing. It's called they give you an assignment to write a play for 10 minutes, a 10-minute play or skit. And you have to have all these elements: conflict, environment, love, hate, everything in a 10-minute skit. And boy, you think you can do it. But once you start reading of how to write it, it can be hard as HELL. But with God's help, I'm getting better with it. I'm getting better with it. And so you have to keep the audience involved in your assignment that they want you to do. You have to make the audience be engaged in what the play is about. Make them think. And you think it's easy to do. But once you learn the technical stuff about it, it can be difficult. But you got to study, got to turn off that TV. I got a sign that says, do not disturb, and I start doing my homework. And my grandchild said, Nana, and I said, read the sign, I'm doing my homework. So, yes. So, hopefully, I'm going to write a play that all you guys are going to like, and then it's going to turn into a movie. And then we'll be on the map. Because anything and everything is possible with God. Trust me. I can stand here and tell you, if you told me 40 years ago I would have a show and people would recognize me and respect me, I would go, you must be insane. But look at God. I have one. And people respect what I've done because you know why? I put God first in my life and in my children's life. And when you do that, you'll get a lot of respect. So I want everybody to have a wonderful week. And the next time I see you, we'll have Mother's Day. So husbands, go out there and get those bouquet of flowers and candy. Make breakfast, make dinner, make lunch. Treat her as a queen that day. Children, do whatever you are supposed to do. Be the best obedient children you can. Make your mother proud because you only have one. Whether she's your stepmom, your godmom, your adopted mom, you only have one. So treasure her. And I need to say, we need to pray for those mothers who have lost their children. That's a hard day for them. Let's pray for them. Because this is their first year without their children. But I'm going to leave you on a wonderful note. Remember, God loves you, and so do I. And I'll see you soon. God bless. See you in another 2 weeks, maybe on the 16th of May. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Goodbye.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. America, America, God shed His grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shine.